And I'm back in Chippawa Falls, Wisconsin today. And we are flying on July 12th, 2017. And we're at the new Fleet Farm Distribution Center that is currently being built. I think it's got a completion date towards the end of the year, December, January, right around in there. But it's 83 degrees and it's very humid out. So normally I would just stay inside, but I thought I'd heard of this distribution center going up, so I thought I'd go and check it out. Appears to be a pretty big building. Now, if you ever kind of have an inclination to complain about your job, just think about these people. 83 degrees, the sun shining, hot, humid, and they're up on top of this roof. I don't think I'm ever going to complain again. It looks like they still got a little bit of roof to put on yet. We had a storm last night, so I imagine that's pretty soggy down below where the roof is open. And we'll make sure we get around that crane with plenty of room to spare. Even the white part of the roof, I've been on a white roof when there's bright sunshine, and if you don't have sunglasses on, you're going to be, your eyes are, are not going to like it. It looks like they have some scaffolding set up to get up on the roof. And it looks like quite a few loading docks there on this side. And there we got a guy in the lift there. That's quite a ways up in the air. Looks like they're starting to paint this side of the building. You got the light tan on the bottom. I'm pretty excited to see Fleet Farm come into the area here. There's also talk about building a store in Eau Claire, which I think that would be great. Now if you want to go to Fleet Farm, you have to drive to Menominee. It would only make sense if they got a distribution center so close that they would open a store in Eau Claire. Now I'm going to go over and look at this other building that's under construction here. I never could figure out what this was. But driving by, it said something like grain services. So I'm guessing it's a granary. I don't know this for a fact, but I would imagine if you're a farmer and you want to order seed or something for planting, you could get it here. But like I say, that's only a guess. I mean, you stop and think when farmers plant seeds, they got to get them from somewhere. And there's different kinds of seeds. You got field corn, sweet corn, and there's all kinds of varieties that have different germination periods. But we'll just fly around this building. Chippewa Falls has a pretty active industrial center. If there's industry coming in around this area, Chippewa Falls usually has a pretty good shot at getting it. In the background there, that's a sand plant. And I don't know if that's operating anymore. You can see some water laying in the fields in that farm there. I think we got quite a bit. I didn't get up to actually check last night when the storm came through, but outside my apartment here, there's kind of a lower area, and that was full of water, so I'm assuming we got quite a bit. And there are some clouds that are starting to roll in. We're supposed to get more storms today. But when it's humid out, I would just prefer to stay right inside in the air conditioning. I don't think I'd do too well down in the humid states down south. Not quite sure what these berms are for. I have two guesses on that, either water retention or maybe they're going to grow cranberries for a second business. That looks pretty deep for cranberries. But of course, there's a water tower over here, so I'm going to have to go check it out. So we'll take a little cruise over there. Chippewa Falls. And now we'll start heading back. I'm going to kick this thing in the pants to get back, so we'll be flying about 30 miles an hour. And we can see the clouds in the skies by the shadow on the ground. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to 400 feet. I was flying at 278 feet before. But we'll go up to 400 feet and just kind of take a look around. I was kind of hoping that that would give us more of a perspective of how big the building was, but I guess the difference from 279 feet and 400 feet aren't that great that you can tell a huge difference. And here comes a cement truck out of the building. They drive them right inside to pour. So we're glad to see Fleet Farm come into town here into Chippewa. We welcome them. And hopefully we'll see a new store in Eau Claire.